Stay in time, boy. Don't get out of line, boy.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Monkey Shine Lab. It's pouring down with rain outside, so I'm just getting some work done inside. And little known fact, just before I began this episode, I almost shit my pants. Don't get old. Here's something that you will learn from my show that you won't learn from any other channel. Don't trust a fart after 50. Okay? Stuff that my parents never told me. Anyway, let's talk about some nerd stuff. I am going through this gigantic box of comic books, which has been sent to me by a very good friend of mine out in New Jersey. A guy named Andre runs a channel called The First 117. And if you have not seen any of his videos, they are hysterically funny. And he needs to get back to making. Just had a very busy life lately. Anyway, he sends comic books to me because comic books are a headache. They're a headache. They're a headache, and they're not a moneymaker. Okay, so if this is the first time you're tuning in, you're probably going to hear this many more times across your life if you watch our show. We'd be honored, by the way, if you would watch us across the entirety of your existence. We'd appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button. That's all you really got to do. You don't have to watch us forever. Just hit subscribe. It's how you say, good job, Ace. All right, let's get to some comic books here. Today's batch of stuff has already been boarded, and I wanted to address something that perhaps folks are wondering, why I am not showing more about each of these issues in terms of going through the pages and kind of showing some of the artwork. The reason why I show the cover is because the cover is widely available online for just about every comic book, from legitimate sources even. But the stuff inside is somebody's intellectual property and someone's artistic property, which doesn't gain readily exposed nature on the internet. So, I respect the art that's in these books, as well as the people who publish them, by not trying to utilize too much of their product in order to talk about my points and my interests. Some other people out there might do page for page translation here on YouTube, but I don't believe that is good for the book. I don't believe that that's good for the artist. I don't believe it's good for the publisher. And ultimately, it's just not good for the art form, period. So I'm just going to show you some covers, okay? But these are really cool, and sometimes I have some things to say about them. Everybody who's been watching for a little while has known that I was on a Jones for the first 12 issues of Alpha Flight. Once you have 12 issues under your belt, it's all over, and you might as well just go get them all. So, anyway, Andre knows that I am currently actively picking up all of Alpha Flight, and he saw these, and thank you again very much to Andre and his entire family, including his wife, his beautiful little girl. They are wonderful, accepting people who have taken me into their lives like a virus. I'm sorry. Anyway, the Scorpion. I always love seeing old school Marvel getting together with new school Marvel. It always tends to move the book a little bit quicker. A Christmas Tale, Alpha Flight. They have a nice sense of humor from time to time. Here's an interesting one. We're going to get into a little bit of Fantastic Four now. The first issue of Doom War, which is now going to be on my radar to pick up all of. There's 6 issues of it. This is issue number 1. And then, speaking of giant-sized annuals and 64-page explosive editions which don't fit in a regular bag and board, this is from 1987. So this is well within the years that I'm really trying to collect full. But the saga of Franklin Richards is, I don't know, to me, tremendously silly. I know people like the character, and he's become something more than when he was, just like a Charlie McCarthy doll. Charlie McCarthy was a wood puppet. Yeah, I know, I fart dust. I'm ancient. What can I tell you? Then this is also, here's a time period of the Fantastic Four which I am completely ignorant. And that is when they had Crystal from the Inhumans sitting in, and that's your that's your daily reminder not to smoke, kids. Stay away from the tobaccies. So anyway, I never really collected the books when they were in this time period, like kind of after 300. I kind of fell off real hard. But now I've been picking some of these up because I find that the artwork on the inside is just really, really, really cool. I'm not trying to amp up a bunch of stuff about 90s comics or anything. What I'm saying here isn't going to shift any market on these, so don't go running out to buy them unless this is something you want to buy. Unless this is something that you feel like collecting, don't do it. Because this is another one with those. This is a die-cut cover, by the way. This pulls open in it, and this is just a big old hole in the cover. That's what die cut means. This is a special edition that came out, and as I said the last time when I did finally find a copy of it, that Andre had actually sent to me. He sent me another one. I appreciate that. Of course, none of these are going to get sold. Okay, none of them can make any money. Honest to gosh, don't go out to your garage sales and score a box of comic books and think that you're going to be doing anything other than filling your life with some really great artwork and writing. Okay. Collectibles in general, comic books especially, sports cards, everything, jerseys, all that crap. Seriously, don't invest in crap. Put your money into markets, investment markets. Do responsible things with it if that's what you're looking to do with it, because you are looking at me showing a tremendous amount of comic books which ultimately don't have a whole lot of value outside of my heart. Okay? And I'm really proud of these. I'm proud to be filling in these parts of my collection. And again, I'm super, super, super thankful to Andre and his whole family for sending this flotsam and jetsam and this trash out to my house so that I can actually make sense of it for them. And kind of flash it back on these episodes to show y'alls. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I've got for you on this little installment of the comic book that could. And there's a bunch more. One of the biggest problems that I'm having is there's a bunch of X-Men, X-Force, X-Fills, exfoliants. There's a stack of it with the X. A lot of X. So I have to figure that out. But we're getting through this. And again, the reason why I want to do this is to sort of also make a time catalog, timestamp of, when these books came in. And I mean, is this interesting? Is it interesting to just watch me writhe in front of the camera? I don't know. All right, folks, I'm going to go get these animals some food maybe or something. Oh, yeah, that perked up some ears. Yep, I'm here by myself today, so it's making content and listening to the rain fall. Thank you very much for coming out here to the Monkey Shine Lab, everybody. We really appreciate it when you come by and spend a little bit of your life here. We know there's a lot of other people doing the exact same thing. So, if you enjoy people who create things here on YouTube, the best way you can show any support for them whatsoever, the best way, absolute best way, is to hit that subscribe button. It is free to you, but it does wonderful things for all the content creators out there on YouTube whose content you do enjoy. So I ask not just for myself, but everybody on the platform, okay? Can you do that? Anyway, I am going to put together the talk for the next episode here and get to filming. Hopefully you don't notice that my clothes aren't changing. Actually, my clothes have to change because I almost shit myself. Don't get old. I saved it though. I saved it. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? You're telling me. All right. See you tomorrow. I won't talk about my BMs.